What's going on? You're watching NFL Daily, and we are live on YouTube and Facebook. And shout out to my man, Sean Tamboya, throwing in that super chat, my man. We got the latest NFL news and rumors. Tom, you're looking at me hella weird.
Pretty sure you said washing.
Washing?
Instead of watching.
Well, hey, you can either watch
Roll back the tape.
or
Someone
watch
let me
us
know.
on YouTube and Facebook, youtube.com/chatsportstv. But we got some NFL news and rumors to dive into here. We're talking a little bit about Von Miller in this trade, the NFL trade deadline, Tom, October 29th at 4 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah.
What's going on with Von?
ESPN was kind of like, well, it's not that crazy of an idea. I still think it's a little bit crazy, but it is more feasible than maybe some of the outlandish trade ideas just because of the contract situation. Von Miller is actually very much affordable. He's only going to count about $17.5 million in terms of cap space next year. So that's doable for an NFL team. That's noteworthy. That's a big deal. Now, Miller, if he is dealt, would have a ridiculous amount of interest. There would be pretty much every single team would be out there trying to make a deal for Von Miller. Now, I don't know how doable it actually is, though, because, well, what does Denver want? Are they going to trade away he's had maybe a bit of a down year. The quarterback hits, though, still pretty high up there. Are they going to trade away a top 5, top 10 edge rusher for what? Would they want more than a first-round pick? I'm not sure. The numbers, they've been pretty consistent. I think by the end of the year, you see Von Miller come in with around 10 sacks again.
Yeah, I mean, he's no doubt one of the best pass rushers in the entire NFL. And then you got to look at the Broncos. They're 2-5. I don't really think they're really trying to go out there and win too many football games right now. We were talking about it actually a little bit before the show.
This is probably the one guy I'd want to keep, though.
Especially in a pass-happy NFL league. So what team needs to trade for Von Miller the most? Out of all the teams, not what team needs Von Miller the most, because we were like, the Dolphins, they stink.
Exactly.
They shouldn't go out and trade for Von Miller, though. What team needs to trade for Von Miller the most? We want you to throw it in the comment section below. So if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook, Josh, I see you over on Facebook, throw in the comment section what team needs to trade for Von Miller the most.
Hey, look, I know that Von Miller only has 2.5 sacks. He's still top 10 in pressure. Sacks can be very inconsistent, not just from game to game, week to week, but year to year. There's a lot of ebb and flow there. Pressure is a much more consistent metric of measuring who's getting there. I saw this in the comment section. 2 names that I like a lot for team-wise. Buffalo and Detroit.
Ethan King, it got blocked, but yes, the Dolphins need a lot of hope. Heck, you need a lot more than hope.
You got to keep that first-round pick, though.
You need a lot more than hope in Miami. All right, let's go to Von's teammate, Emmanuel Sanders, because if there is a player who's probably going to get traded on the Broncos, it's gone. Emmanuel Sanders.
I will be pretty stunned if Denver elects to keep Emmanuel Sanders. Even if they win next week before the trade deadline, I don't think he's going to be on this team. Now, Denver has made some questionable roster moves, redoing Flacco's contract, putting on a $13 million dead cap hit next year, for example. But they've done a good job before.
I was gonna say.
They got a 4th for Demaryius Thomas. They should get at least a 4th back for Emmanuel Sanders, who is a good receiver, held back by a mediocre quarterback in Joe Flacco.
Mediocre. You're being kind.
There are teams I think would have a lot of interest in Emmanuel Sanders. The Niners, the Patriots are among them. The Saints. All those teams make a lot of sense for me.
T2XX, he was all over that. You said Saints, and he throws it right in there. But maybe the Saints, Packers or 49ers from Sean. Too. I'll tell you what, all those make sense. So now we're going to ask
Emmanuel. That's what I'm saying.
Free Emmanuel?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here, how about this? We'll give you guys now your chance to get your limelight here. Who will trade for Emmanuel Sanders? So I'm looking down here in the comments section. Sean says Packers or Niners. T2XX said the Saints. Another one in there for the Packers. Prince of Darkness says the Patriots. What team will trade for Emmanuel Sanders? I've had a few people ask me the Raiders. I don't think they trade within the division. Doesn't make a lot of sense.
No. I'll go one NFC, one AFC. The Patriots in the AFC and the Niners in the NFC.
I'll say the Saints because I bet on the Saints to win the Super Bowl. I bet the SI, and you guys should too. So we're trying to get to 150K subscribers. So currently at 140,177. The more subscribers we get, the more shows we can do. We're also going to be live for the NFL trade deadline. Going to be doing a lot of different things here. So get us to 150K subscribers. That link down below, youtube.com/chatsportstv. If you're a loyal subscriber, type S in the comments section because I'll give you guys some shout-outs here in a little bit. But one more time, youtube.com/chatsportstv. Tom, this trade happened a few hours ago. I did it on my Raiders channel. CONLEY to the Houston Texans for a 2020 third-round pick.
pretty good return on a guy who was going to get benched by Oakland.
Probably. But then, heck, last year when he got benched.
If you're trading players,
and then he did well.
Houston first.
Call Houston because Raiders had a problem. So the Raiders, another trade is coming here. I think so. Yeah. I think the fact that the Raiders made this move is ultimately you're going to see them now potentially go out and get another big-time player. I tweeted it out, so maybe some of y'all follow me there. But Adam Schefter tweeted it out. Tom, Raiders trade. Who do you think the Raiders could potentially go out and get?
I think they got to be looking front seven. I really like the idea, if he's available, Yannick Ngakoue of the Jacksonville Jags, get some more pass rush help there. I know you spent a first-round pick on Cleveland Ferrell. More is more. You still help. You got, what, 10 sacks this year?
Yep.
You need more production there. I'd have interest in some linebackers. I don't know who's actually out there in terms of the off-ball linebackers.
No, I totally agree. So who are the Raiders trading for? So you mentioned a few names. Also want to give some shout-outs to people because I promised you all I would. So YouTube Zinc, Lewis Stutter, Mango Mold. It's an interesting name. Sarah Small, one of our loyal watchers. Yeah, I know, right? David DePauw. Appreciate all y'all watching. Who are the Raiders trading for? I like the Yannick pick. I've had some people ask me about Patrick Peterson, AJ Green.
It's not a great addition, but if you just need more linebacker bodies, how about Preston Brown, the Bengals linebacker? They don't need him anymore. They can trade him away. I'm just trying to throw out names there.
Trying to throw out names? So I'm going to throw out a name at you guys. They're one of our best sponsors here at Chat Sports. It's BetDSI. How many people watching the show right now like the NFL? If you like the NFL, type me. You think that you're smarter than Tom? Type me. Wait, give me a sec. Perfect. Now, go to chatsports.com/bet. Put down your money, okay? Use that promo code NFL120 for 120% deposit bonus. Aaron Morrows thinks he's smarter than you. So, but when you guys go to BetDSI, it's the internet's #1 sports book. Real talk. If you want to bet on your favorite team, you want to bet on other teams. You want to bet against the Dolphins, that's a smart bet. Go to chatsports.com/bet, but you got to use that promo code NFL120. Now, let's go to the 49ers. If there's one fan base that definitely reps pretty hard here on our Chat Sports channel, the 49ers, shout out to Mott. Are they going to trade for a wide receiver? I mean, this team's undefeated. Do they really need to make a move?
Well, that's the buzz. Obviously, you want to continue to feature George Kittle, but Deebo Samuel's still a rookie. Dante Pettis has not developed as hoped. Heck, Kendrick Bourne was their best receiver against the Redskins. It's kind of been a glut of average so far at the wide receiver spot, and there are some very good receivers available right now on the trade market for San Francisco. Here were the 5 that were linked to them by Jason Lockenfora. I know, but just keep it in mind.
Didn't you just say very good? Very good receivers, and we're throwing Devante Parker on the screen?
Hey, I didn't say they were all good. I said there were some.
All right.
Because Devante Parker, but Mohamed Sanu, Taylor Gabriel, not the best options, but they know the Kyle Shanahan system. I think that's a big deal. That will make it easier on them. Emmanuel Sanders, and then AJ Green, which is probably the biggest name on the list despite his current injury problems.
No, I think when you consider the fact that AJ Green, if he's healthy, he's probably by far the biggest name on that list, probably even bigger than Emmanuel Sanders. So I know we just threw that up there on screen, but what wide receiver do you guys want them to trade for? It was A, B, C, D, or E. It was Taylor Gabriel.
Lots of C's in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of C's up there, actually. So we had AJ Green, we had Emmanuel Sanders, Taylor Gabriel. Gabriel, though, Tom, this is 4 games. Is it actually, though?
It's 1 game because it's only 1 game he had that was big and noteworthy. But Gabriel also, I think, had his best time in the Kyle Shanahan scheme. So the cheapest option, I think, maybe of that list there between Parker and Gabriel, Sanu, Sanders, and A.J. Green. I think for the Niners, it depends on what you want. Do you want to go with a big-name, borderline #1 receiver? That's A.J. Green. That's Emmanuel Sanders. Keep those votes coming, by the way, folks. Do you want someone who knows Shanahan's system? Sanu, Gabriel, and Devante Parker.
So if you're the 49ers, all right, you guys are sitting there, you're in the big chair calling the shots for the 49ers. Who should the Niners go out and trade for? A.J. Green, type A. Emmanuel Sanders, type B. Mohamed Sanu, C. Taylor Gabriel, D. Devante Parker, E. Who should the 49ers trade for? So now, Tom, I'm going to let you be the 49ers GM for a sec.
My first call is about knowing that you're not going to get A.J. Green. I don't think he's actually available. First call is going to be for the Denver Broncos to Emmanuel Sanders. Can I get him for a 4th or a 5th? I think I can. I might pull the trigger there unless the price gets a little bit higher because there's a bidding war. If I miss on Emmanuel Sanders, I'm calling Mohamed Sanu with the Falcons, and I'm calling Taylor Gabriel, and I'm saying, hey, what's the asking price? I think Gabriel will be the cheapest of that group, but I might prefer Sanu because he has 2 years left on his deal, and he can slot in immediately as that extra number 2 receiver.
See, for me, if I'm the 49ers, I'm going to type my A. I'm going to go after A.J. Green. You're 6-0 right now.
Yeah.
If you really want to become that best team in the NFC, like lock it in my opinion, straight up, you go out and trade for A.J. Green, it's worth the risk.
Yo, but by the way, you're not getting DeAndre Hopkins or Julio Jones or Odell Beckham. Like, it's just not going to happen right now.
Sorry, Pete
As
Gorman.
great as that would be.
It would be great. Here's a player that I also think is 100% going to get traded. It's just a matter of who's going to pull the trigger. So Vic Beasley, he is an edge rusher. He's also playing a little bit of linebacker. But, Tom, tell me what's going on here with Vic Beasley. He's on the trade block.
Well, remember how earlier with the volume discussion I mentioned how sacks can be inconsistent?
Yes.
Pressures are a little bit more steady across year to year. Like, okay, if this player gets this many hurries, they'll probably have this many sacks and all that.
Yep.
That was textbook Vic Beasley. He had that 15.5 sack season in 2016, but he had unsustainable ratios of he converted hurries into sacks. There was no way he was going to keep that up. So he had to be better or his sacks were going to plummet. Guess what's happened?
Yes.
He's had 11.5 in the past 2.5 years since then. I don't know why the Falcons brought him back at the price tag. It was way too much money. I think it's showing right now on the field. I think that was a mistake by Atlanta. He's available, I think, for just about anything. I don't know who's going to give up anything more than a mid-ish late-round pick for him.
Especially when you got to pay close to what? It's like, what, $12.81 million, I think is what he's making or something like that?
Cut that about half because you only have to pay the base salaries per week. So maybe a team like Buffalo, Detroit wants to get aggressive. I think he fit those systems, but he is not the same 2016 breakout star that we thought we were going to end up getting.
Be aggressive, be aggressive. Tom, I'm be aggressive on FanDuel because I'm trying to win big-time money when I'm putting my money down. And if y'all want to win some money on FanDuel, here's a pro tip. Not even a pro tip. This is just an average tip. Play your players against the Falcons defense because they are so bad right now. And then if they go move on from Vic Beasley, if Matt Ryan's down, start your players against the Falcons. But if you want to go and get some money, 20 for free. Yeah,
Matt Ryan hurt.
That one's for Chucky heads. If you want to get some free money, go to FanDuel.com/chatsports. $20 free with your first $20 deposit. If y'all like fantasy football, if your actual NFL team is like, I don't know, the Bengals or the Falcons because they stink, you can make up your own league. You make your own teams. You want to challenge Tom and I, but you got to go to FanDuel.com/chatsports. Let's talk about O.J. Howard. I actually want them to free O.J. because my man's not getting the work.
Can't say that.
Can't say free O.J. Okay.
He did it.
O.J. with or without pulp? Throw it in the comments section.
That's a good one. The Patriots called the Bucs about O.J. Howard, and the Bucs were like, yeah, thanks, but no thanks. Absolutely not. What do we know about New England, right? They need tight end help. They cut Ben Watson, and then everyone got hurt. Ryan Izzo's hurt, Matt LaCoste's hurt. They're like, okay, Ben Watson, welcome back. Eric Tomlinson, they're like an offensive lineman. You're back now with the team too.
What is this depth chart?
It's a mess. Now, this is not the Patriots of a couple years ago when 2 tight end sets and they dominated. Now it's just survive at tight end. So I think a lot of teams would love to get O.J. Howard because the Bucs aren't using him very well. In fact, barely at all. Teams like the Saints, the Cowboys have interest, the Patriots, the Seahawks there would all have interest. I don't know if the Bucs are actually going to move him up.
Fair enough. Now, here's a really big-time name that's been in the rumors. A.J. Green. What's the update on A.J. Green? Is he going to be back with the Cincinnati Bengals, Tom?
I think at some point. The problem is we don't know when. So that A.J. Green injury was in training camp. It was supposed to be the 6 to 8 week time frame, which you think, oh, Tom, we're in the middle of that. Well, no. That time frame was based on when the injury occurred. He was supposed to be back already.
I agree.
His rehab process has been very slow. It's just been delayed. The Bengals are not even going to evaluate him again until after the NFL trade deadline. I will be stunned if he's down.
Let me ask you a question.
He's back in Cincinnati for the rest of the season.
Is A.J. Green pulling a Jalen Ramsey saying, my back hurts, I can't play because he wants to be traded?
No, I don't think that's the case for A.J. Green. Now, Cordy Glenn might have that problem with Cincinnati. That's a whole different discussion. I think A.J. Green, the wear and tear started to add up on him. I think the biggest thing with A.J. Green is they're being cautious. If they were 5-2, I think he'd be back already. They're 0-7. The Bengals are in no rush. If they fall to 0-8, I don't know if they're going to bring him back. Maybe Zach Taylor wants him to win a damn game and not go 0-16, but I don't think they're going to rush back to get A.J. Green.
Will the Bengals win 5 games in the next 5 years?
Yes.
We'll see.
Bet yes.
All right, what should the Bengals do with AJ? Should they keep him? Should they trade him? We want to know from everybody watching. So for the loyal people who are watching us right now on Facebook, give some shout-outs here to some votes once they come rolling in. And then we'll give some shout-outs here. So Anna Laurel, I see you, says, love you boys, love you right back. Bryant G, I think that was actually just me though, Tom. Don Charlie, good. Gilbert Perez, appreciate you all watching us right now on Facebook. So what about YouTube? Seeing a lot of T's. A lot of T's. Trade him to San Francisco, says Brunel Jacobs.
I think you make him into your Larry Fitzgerald because you're not going to get great value with the injury stuff.
I'll tell you what, the next guy who came up with this rumor.
Other teams want AJ Green. That's how you know you should not trade him.
This rumor looks like it's straight from the devil himself. Marvin Lewis, is he returning?
Do you know that Office gif where Steve Carell is sitting there and he sees Toby come back in and he just screams, "No! Oh God, no! No! Please, no!" That's this. This is what this is. If Marvin Lewis gets hired again by an NFL team as a head coach, cancel the NFL. What's the point anymore?
Let's do it.
Why are we bringing back retreads? This makes no sense for any NFL
Carlos
team.
Lopez, crying face. He's so bad as a coach. It's amazing.
Like, Marvin Lewis has had more chances than any coach in NFL history. He can't win the big games.
Or
He's
a game.
Not good. I would rather hire John Fox or Jack Del Rio.
Or
equally bad hire, almost as
Tony
bad hires, by
Romo
the
or
way.
Marvin Lewis.
Give me Romo.
Woo!
Let's do something different.
Love
Romo,
it.
Look, Romo could be anything. It could even be a boat.
I knew it.
Marvin Lewis is a rusted can sitting in the middle of the water. Why is it there? We don't want it there, but it's hanging out.
Well,
No purpose of it.
We don't
no
want-
reason to do this. Terrible idea.
I'm worried if Tom gets even more excited, something else is going to be hanging out. So cancel the NFL if Marvin Lewis gets hired again. Make sure you guys are throwing in now some your thoughts on Marvin Lewis in the comments section below. But I'll tell you this right now, Tom. Marvin Lewis should never, ever be in the NFL ever again.